The story begins with a boy named Jinseok, who is calm and sensible but a little broken from inside. He noticed that his family was doing some strange things, like they were hiding something from him. But he did not know what they were hiding and why.
One day he woke up from a very bad dream.
His whole body was drenched in sweat. But his whole family was with him. They tried to console him and said smilingly that you are tired. You could not sleep last night due to excitement. Actually, they were shifting to a new house. When he reached the new house, Jin felt something strange. The house was completely new, but he felt as if he had been here before. He saw his elder brother Jinseok, who was the best in everything. Be it sports, studies, music, girls also liked him. Most importantly, he was a very good brother. Jin was his complete opposite. He was a failure in studies, not very good in sports either, and girls did not even ask him. But despite this, he never felt jealous of his brother, rather he was proud of his brother. But then some time ago Yosik lost one of his legs in a dangerous accident. During the renovation of the new house, Jin came to know that he will now have to live in the same room with Yosik. Because in one room the belongings of the old tenants were lying. He found this a bit strange, that why their belongings were lying here? Why should we be troubled because of them? But he still ignored it and went to help a worker. The worker asked him, "Is he your elder brother?" Jin smiled and said, "Yes." But when the worker asked this question again, Jin was surprised and said, "Why are you asking?" Before the worker could say anything, Yosik came there. He told the worker that he is calling you in the kitchen. Go. At dinner at night, Jin's father told him that the old tenants will take their belongings within a month. Then Jin and Yosiok can live in separate rooms. Jin asked what is kept in that room. His father said that he did not know, but the previous tenants had requested with folded hands that please do not open it. He also told Jin that look, you have a devilish mind, but do not open it. Okay. Hearing this, Jin started feeling more strange. At that time suddenly a sound came from the upper floor. Jin asked whether this sound came from that room. But everyone got confused and started saying that maybe it was lightning. Then lightning flashed in the sky and they thought that yes, it must be the sound of lightning. But the voice in Jin's mind was saying something else. That night when Yosiok fell asleep, Jin started listening to music on his MP3 player. Then he heard a sound. At first he thought that maybe he had heard something wrong, but then he heard it again. The sound was coming from the same closed room. Jin went to that door in fear. He was repeatedly thinking of knowing what was inside. He was about to open the door. Then someone caught him from behind. He was shocked. But then he saw that it was Yosiok. He told Yosiok that the sound was coming from inside this room. Yosiok also tried to listen, but he could not hear anything. He said that you are again making an excuse to avoid studying. Then both of them went to a hill near the house. Both the brothers spent a good time together, and then Yosiok got a call. He said that Papa has asked for a file. So wait here, I will give it to him. Okay. After which Jin stopped there, and on the way some people surrounded Yosiok. Jin saw some people beating his brother. He immediately ran to save him, but before that they picked him up. Jin could not do anything, but he memorized the number plate of their car. He went home and told everything to his parents and then fainted there. The next morning detectives came there and Jin told them the number. But they said that no such number plate is registered. After this they tried many ways to find Yosiok. But he was not found and days passed like this. They were not getting any clue. Jin and his family became more tense. The medicines Jin was taking increased even more. One night he had a dream in which he was torturing someone. Then Jin woke up again and this was also a scary dream. But this time his parents and Yosiok were also in his room. Yosiok returned after 19 days. But he did not remember anything. The detectives asked him many times but he could not tell anything.
Slowly everything started becoming normal.
Jin also came back to his routine.
One night he saw Yosejok going somewhere.
He wondered if he had really gone somewhere, or was it just an illusion. The next day when he asked about this, Yosiok denied it. Jean ignored him, but then he noticed something strange. Yoziok was limping on the wrong leg. He asked that yesterday you were limping on the right leg. Today you are limping on the left leg. Yoziok said that you are confused.
There is nothing like that.
Hearing this, Jean became a little alert. That night when he fell asleep on the study desk, Yoziok came to him. He picked up a pencil and took it very close to his eye. Just when it was about to touch, the tip of the pencil broke. Yoziok put it back and Jin's eyes opened, which made him sure that something was wrong. He started following Yoziok. He saw that he was no longer limping. Then he saw Yoziok giving instructions to two people. And these were the same detectives who had come to their house. Jean realized that this is not my brother.
This is someone else.
There is a conspiracy going on. Something dangerous is going on in our house. Soon he went to a room upstairs. Jean also followed him. But as soon as he reached upstairs, he suddenly disappeared. When Jean started going back, he was caught. They said, "You are spoiling everything. You are ruining the boss's plan." At first, Jean acted as if he was not able to understand anything. But when he came to know that they would not leave him, he ran away. They chased him for a long time, but finally he escaped. But then someone caught him from behind and made him unconscious. It was none other than Yoziok. When Jean opened his eyes, he was in his room. He was very confused and could not understand what was true and what was not. He saw that his brother was sleeping on the bed with him. Now Jean was completely confused. He could not believe his own eyes. Whatever happened that night shook his entire faith. When Yoziok saw him, he started trembling with fear. He asked Jean, "What happened?" But Jean could not answer because till now he was not able to understand whether it was a dream or reality. He went to the bathroom and locked the inner door. Yoziok came there and said, "What are you doing?" But Jean was scared. His panic started increasing. He screamed and said, "Get away from me." Yoziok could not understand anything. He also got a little scared. He asked, "Why are you reacting like this?" Jean started screaming and telling what he saw last night. He started telling every little thing in every detail. Yoziok said that it was all a dream. "Jean, you are thinking too much," but Jean did not agree. He said that "You are not my brother."
Who are you? Tell me your reality and where is my real brother?
After some time, when Jean saw that there was no one outside, he picked up a pipe and slowly came out of the bathroom. He was looking outside when Yoziok caught him.
Calm down, Jean, calm down.
Both the brothers started fighting. But finally Yoziok held him down and said, "Calm down, Jean, you were just having a bad dream, you didn't take your medicine last night, right?" Then Jean remembered that yes, I forgot to take the medicine yesterday. Now he also started thinking that maybe it was just a dream and he started crying. After this Yoziok took care of him. Jean took his medicine and apologized to him and said that I spoil everything, right? Yoziok smiled and said that it doesn't matter, you take rest, mother will be coming. When Yoziok left for office, Jean saw from the window that Yoziok was limping again from his right leg. Jean thought in his mind that maybe I was wrong. Now he calmed down and started concentrating on his studies. But then his pencil fell under the table. When Jean tried to pick it up, he saw the same broken pencil tip which he had seen last night. Seeing this, his breath stopped. He was convinced that whatever happened last night was not his dream.
Everything is true.
When mother came home, Jean told her everything.
Mother got scared.
She said that I will tell your father right now. But Jean stopped her. If Yozio leaves the house tonight, we will follow him. Then everything will be clear. Mother nodded yes. When Jean went towards his room, mother asked if he was really sure that Yoziok did all this. Jean said that this is not Yoziok. That night when Jean came down to drink water, he heard his mother's voice. Mother was talking to someone. The same man who is living with them as Yoziok. Jean hid himself near the wall and started listening. Mother said that she has come to know everything. She was telling everything to Yoziok. Hearing this, Jean understood that his mother was also involved in this lie. Then by mistake he made some noise, after which his mother became alert. Yoseok said to check whether he is sleeping or not, after which his mother went straight to Jin's room. Jean understood that if he wants to be safe, then he will have to reach the room before his mother. He quickly climbed the side of the building and jumped from the window and lay down on the bed. Mother saw that Jean was sleeping. She turned with a sigh of relief. After mother left, when Jean heard the sound of the door closing, he got up. But then mother asked a question. Jean, how did you get wet in water? While saying this, mother had returned. She saw Jean. Jean could not say anything. He was out of breath. But mother smiled and left. She picked up the phone and said, Yoseok, come quickly. I have also been caught. Jean immediately ran out of the window. While running on the road, he saw that father was coming from the front. Jean got confused whether to trust him or not. Just then mother and another man came to him. Father asked him where he was going. Jean lied that he was going to meet a friend. They asked more questions and Jean kept giving evasive answers. Father said that you will not go anywhere. They tried to take him back. But Jean ran away. That man also ran after him. He saw a police station on the corner of the road. Jean was running at full speed. That man was about to stop him when an accident happened there. Jean saw the opportunity and reached the police station. When the police listened to him, Jean said that I have been kept in prison for a month, with fake people who are living as my family. The police asked, how did you feel that they are your family? You should have recognized your parents. No. Jean replied that I myself do not understand how I believed it. Then a junior officer brought his record and started confirming the details.
Your name is Hinseok. You were born in the year 1977.
When Jean said yes, the policeman said then you should have been 41 years old. Jean was shocked to hear this. He said that I am 21. Right now it is 1997. Hearing this, the policeman started laughing. An officer showed him the calendar. Brother, now it is 2017. Jean looked around, there were new gadgets everywhere, LED TV, smartphones. Then his eyes fell on a mirror. What he saw blew his senses. In the mirror he looked like a middle-aged man. That was Jean himself. After this Jean went back to his house. He had no other way. There were only questions in his mind. He went straight to the room where entry was prohibited. Everything was scattered in the room. But there was a strange beauty. 2 blood-stained dolls were lying on the floor. There were blood marks everywhere, but a special kind of music was playing from the background. Just then Yoseok and others came in. Yoseok said that the plan failed again. Jean shouted in anger and asked, what have you people done to me? Yoseok lit a cigarette with a slight smile and said the story started 20 years ago. A mother and daughter were murdered in that room. The police tried everything possible. They used every method to reach the killer. But they failed every time. In the end, they even issued ads for witnesses that if anyone knows anything, they will be given money. But so many years passed and slowly the world forgot that case. But for the family of that mother and daughter, that wound was still fresh. They could not forget that night. For them, it was not just a murder. Their whole world had been destroyed. That is why they themselves paid someone. The person who could get them justice was Yoseok. Yoseok put his life at stake. He did a hard investigation for 4 years. But he failed at every turn. But one day he reached the truth, and that truth is that Jean was the killer. Then the series of tortures started. They wanted to extract the truth from Jean by every means. But the surprising thing was that even after giving him so much pain and beating, Jean denied every accusation. The truth in his eyes confused Yoseok too. But Yoseok knew that he was the killer. The victim's family had to take revenge. But when Jean does not remember his crime, his death will be useless. That is why they called a forensic hypnosis expert. Jin's brain was examined. It was found that when Jin was 202 years old, something happened to him that he erased his memories from his mind himself. In medical terms, this is called dissociative amnesia. That is why a different path was chosen. He was hypnotized and taken to his last happy memory, when he had shifted to a new house with his parents and brother. In 1997, Yuseok played the role of his brother. Two psychologists became his parents. He was shown the same house where the murder had taken place 20 years ago. That is why the house seemed familiar to him. The worker he met in the beginning was surprised because Jin was calling Yuseok his elder brother. The voice he heard from the room was that of Yuseok's people who were recreating the murder scene. Yuseok had also taken him to the hill so that during that time everything inside the house would be ready. The plan was to send him back home alone. But everything went the wrong way. The police caught Yuseok for illegal activities, while Jin thought that someone had kidnapped his brother. After 19 days, Yuseok somehow got released by bribing the police. But till then it had not rained, and rain was very important for that scene. Jin was hypnotized, but its effect started to reduce slowly. Jin's doubts kept increasing, and everyone reached here. Then Yuseok tried to take him to another place. On the way he asked him if he understood. Jin replied that I am ready to accept everything. But one thing is that I did not kill anyone. Hearing this, Yuseok got angry and said that you are the killer, you bastard, you killed them and you will also have to die. Jin said that I am not going to die now and suddenly opened the car door and jumped on the road. Yuseok was shocked to see this.
Jin ran far away.
But Yuseok was right behind him. There were accidents on the road, vehicles broke down, some small shops also broke down. Yuseok had gone mad. But then he himself got badly injured in an accident. Jin realized that now he would not be able to catch him. But then Jin also got injured in another accident. Jin was taken to the hospital. In the operation theater, his mind showed him his whole life. In May 1997, Jin was getting his car repaired while listening to songs. After the car was repaired, he called his parents. They were going to their new house. But on the way, they met with an accident. His parents died on the spot. His brother survived, but his condition was very critical. Now the responsibility fell on Jin's shoulders. Jin put in all his effort. He prepared for every job. Anything can be found online or offline, but he had not even passed 12th. He was bad in studies. Who would keep him? Still he kept getting his brother treated somehow. After 6 months, the doctors said that surgery is necessary. Now Jin did not have money, so he thought of selling his kidney. But he could not find any reliable buyer, and after suffering so much he finally broke down from inside. One day, a message came on his computer. The person on the other side asked if he was ready to do anything for money. Jin said yes. On this, the man said that if you kill someone for me, then you will get the money. At first Jin was shocked. He could not sleep the whole night. But the next day he said yes. When he reached the address, it was the same house and it was rainy season. He got the keys and entered the house.
The man said to kill only the mother and not the children.
Jin went straight to the bedroom. But he came to his senses after seeing the mother with her child. He felt that this was wrong and he started leaving from there. But the mother misunderstood him and she started screaming. Jin said that I am leaving. The mother also understood what he said. Both of them became quiet. But then the daughter saw him with a knife. Now the daughter started screaming. To make her quiet, Jin pushed the door and he accidentally fell on the girl and he inadvertently stabbed the girl. Jin got scared. When the mother saw him, she also started screaming. Jin stabbed her with the knife too. When he started to leave the house, the younger son came in front of him. He asked, "Where is my mother?" Jin could not understand what to do. He said, "Go to your room and count from 1 to 100.
I will bring your mother and sister."
After which the child went to the room. After this, Jin saw a photo. In it was the man who is his brother's doctor. Then he understood that the doctor has taken advantage of his helplessness. He has sent his own wife to kill him. Jean went to the roof and started waiting for the doctor. The child called him and told that something has happened to Mummy and sister. Come quickly. The doctor was heartbroken after hearing the news of his daughter's death. Jean asked why did he kill his wife. The doctor said that with the insurance money we could have been saved from coming on the road. But now when his daughter was also dead, he became mad with anger, and in anger he pushed Jean from the roof. Jean tried to stop him. But in that attempt, the doctor accidentally fell down from the roof and died at his hands. This was the incident that Jean's mind had suppressed. Finally, Jean regained consciousness. He saw that Yoziok was with him. Yoziok said that the victim's family wants justice. I cannot leave you. I am going to poison you. But Jean said that you should apologize to that boy on my behalf. Hearing this, Yoziok understood that Jean has remembered everything. Then Yoziok asked, why did you do all this? Who was behind all this? Then he told a secret. That little boy who was counting from 1 to 100 that night is Yoziok himself. Jean was surprised. Yoziok asked, why did you not kill me too?
Why did you leave me alive?
Yes. From childhood till today, I had to live in an orphanage. I had a whole family. You took away everything. All my life I wanted to take revenge from you. Jean had no words. Only sorry came out of his mouth. But sorry was not enough. Yoziok wanted to know, did my father get my mother killed for insurance? Jean lied and said no, someone else had sent me. Whatever I did it alone. Yoziok's heart wanted to believe it, but his mind did not. He asked again whether it was really a coincidence that my father had got my mother's insurance done 2 months before her death. Jean had no answer.
Yoziok understood everything.
Now both were confused. Neither Jean could live nor Yoziok. Both went their own way with their own pain. This is the story of two such unfortunate people. One who had forgotten his past, and the other who could not forget it. If you liked the video, please like it. Subscribe to the channel. See you in the next video.